All right. So when last we met, I mentioned and talked about ChatGPT and talked about this thing called the 10-10 rule. And I thought I would talk a little bit about what it is and where it comes from in this next video. So make sure that you like and subscribe, and you're going to find out about the 10-10 rule.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stop, never change.
All right. So I first heard about the 10-10 rule when I read a book by Steven Johnson, and the book is titled Where Good Ideas Come From. Great book. I recommend that you read it. It is uh, amazing because it talks about how, when you think about technology, in the last video, I mentioned the moving from color TV to black and white TV took about 10 years to develop, 10 years to adopt. Same thing with HD TV, 10 years to develop, 10 years to adopt. And looking back on many innovations and technologies, we see that that has been the cycle. However, what's been happening now is that cycle's been shortening. So it's been shortening. And really, just to add on to that, if you think about it, uh, many measures of a generation is 20 years. So if you think about it, the development and adoption takes a generation. So that 20 years. So you may have one generation that starts out with one technology, and then another generation that's brought up with a whole new technology. So if you look at it, it's kind of like the torch is being passed from one generation to another. So you may say, well, okay, I watched black and white TV, and now my kids are going to have color TV. Now that's not the case when you think about it. And I used Chat GPT as a benchmark to think about how fast things are going within a span of months. If you just follow this on the timeline, this technology has totally gone through an evolution, and a large evolution, and we're about to see a bigger jump as far as it being integrated into something like a search engine, where you've got millions of people using it throughout the day. Um, so I think we're going to see a huge shift. One big concern I have, and I talked about this before, is a divide. So, you've got those individuals who are using the technology now and are accustomed to it, have that learning curve, they're high on the learning curve, and then you'll have other individuals who've never even heard of it, and then they're sort of left behind as this is sort of developing. But it's something to think about. 10-10 rule does not exist. It's been shortening and shortening as it has just been moving along on the technological highway, but it's gotten a lot shorter now. And it's going to be very interesting to see how things are moving forward. So I'd love to hear what you think. As usual, make sure to like, subscribe. Those of you listening on the podcast, go to YouTube, click subscribe and like. Really appreciate that. And also reach out. Love to hear your comments and your